Ooh, ooh. Welcome to Gunker's Halloween Hijinx 2024. We're gonna be blasting off this Halloween with some scary stories to get you jolted up and ready for some trick-or-treating or other festive events. So just sit back, grab some popcorn, don't get too scared, and enjoy. Ooh, scary. Ooh, scary. Ooh, scary. Okay, we're gonna start off a story with a scary story called The Evil DVD. Ooh. The Evil DVD. I was on my casual stroll back from school. The school day had been long. The tedious, like usual. Nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe too much of a generic day. Which might be why I decided to take an alternate route home. I knew the fastest way back to my house, but I wanted to take some time to really walk and enjoy the neighborhood. I spent too much time inside watching my DVDs. Keep in mind, this was the 90s, so we didn't just have Netflix ready for us when we came home to binge the newest series or cartoon or anime. We had to buy DVDs or get lucky enough for what we wanted to come onto cable. Walking down this unfamiliar road, I heard a crunch by my feet. It was a dead possum. Oh boy, that's just lovely, I thought to myself. I took another step forwards, knowing I was going to have to clean up my shoes later. Looking down at the gunk on my shoes, I could see a DVD lodged between the leaves on the pavement. I picked it up. The DVD read Fun Entertainment and was plastered. The logo was plastered among the front of the disc. I was confused. How did a stray DVD end up in such good condition laying on the pavement? I slid it on my pocket and continued home. I had completely forgot about the DVD, and weeks had gone by. What was that? As I was folding my laundry, I felt something round in the crevices of my sweatpants pockets. I felt around it, trying to decipher what it was, when it hit me. That DVD, Fun Entertainment. I stared blankly at the disc and glanced over at my DVD player. I knew what I had to do. Sliding the disc into the tray, I wondered if it would even work. Nothing. Just nothing. And no, it's not that the DVD didn't work, the screen was just black, opposed to the usual blue that would be presented if it did not work. Unamused, I went back to my laundry and continued out my day as usual. I was sitting at my desk finishing some pre-algebra homework. Ugh. Suddenly, from the TV, I heard, "Hey kids." A jolt of electricity shot through my body, and my head jerked towards the TV. There was some sort of dog mascot in a dingy, hyper-realistic costume on the screen. Holy crap. A theme song started playing. It was demented. I never turned off my TV. It had been on for hours, on this weird DVD. Why did something now start playing? I ran over to the DVD player and practically slammed it open and took out the DVD. It didn't stop playing. It got louder, in fact. The theme song kept playing as the dog thing sung about friendship and playing, accompanied by a bunch of kids. As it continued, the actors seemed more and more distressed about being there. I almost felt bad for them. I could see the bags under their eyes. It went on for more than 10 minutes, and eventually they were all just tired of singing this damn song. It was getting louder and louder. Alright, something's really wrong here. What even is fun entertainment? I couldn't even hear my own thoughts anymore. I got a bat from my shed and bashed the TV screen in. The audio continued. I hit the power button on the TV. This seemed to please the TV as it turned off after I did this. Running to my computer, I went to the internet and just searched for whatever I could find about this fun entertainment. Keep in mind, this was the 90s, so we couldn't just TikTok or Goggle something. I found a forum post related to this so-called company. Fun Entertainment, defunct as of 1998. The post read about a disgruntled employee of the company who lost his job when their studios had shut down in 1998. He wrote about the mistreatment and abuse he and other employees had to endure. I almost felt bad for him. But how did any of this connect to the weird DVD I received? I got a knock at my door. An envelope had arrived at my step from Fun Entertainment. But how did they know? How did they know where I lived? They've gone out of business years ago. How did they mail something to my door? I ripped open the packaging, and another DVD fell to the floor. As I clutched the letter in my hands, I read it. Look, kid, I suggest you stay away from anything relating to Fun Entertainment. I worked there years ago, and let me tell you, you don't want to know what went on there. Hell, I'm even putting myself up at risk, even sending you this letter. Oh God, I can feel him coming inside of me, even when writing this letter. Make sure no one ever finds this letter, and if you receive or find anything else relating to Fun Entertainment, destroy it immediately. I stared at the disc on the floor. The curiosity was killing me. I know I was supposed to destroy it, but I just had to know what was on that DVD. I almost felt bad for the DVD. What are you gonna do about it? I slipped in the DVD into the disc tray and waited in anticipation. Again, blackness. All I could see was my reflection in the screen. My room, my chair, my desk, and also a small yellow dog costume stacked in the left side of my room. I jerked my head over to where it was. Nothing. Looking back at the reflection, it was clearly there. The same damn dog from the first tape. I froze in fear. The smell of the dead possum came back into my nostrils. I almost felt bad for the possum. The smell exacerbated throughout my whole body. I felt myself falling deeper and deeper into a state of unconsciousness. When I woke up, I was in some sort of room. I looked around. There were slides and toys and other contraptions made for fun. Where was I? And where have I seen this place before? Then it clicked. This was the same playhouse from the DVD. I was in there right now. Hidden under one of the slides, I found that yellow dog costume with the red collar, vacant of anybody. With no escape in sight, I knew what I had to do. I put on that dog costume, and that was when the music began. The same old song from the first DVD. I almost felt bad for putting the costume on. But then I started to understand the meaning of fun. For the first time, I started to understand what the real meaning of fun was. I danced around, went down the slides, and played until I thought I might pass out. This was amazing. Why would I ever want to leave? I stared at the cameras as all of the actors came into the room. It was almost euphoric what I felt. Staring into the lens, I saw another kid looking back at me. He had to have been around my age. I noticed the same dog costume perch upon the corner of his bedroom, holding that damn DVD. I knew this was the cycle continuing. My smile only got bigger, and the music got louder. The end. Yep. That was a scary one. That was a scary one for sure. Haunted DVD. The dog mascot. I don't know. Scary stuff. So yeah, that was our first story to kick this off. And the stories are only going to get better from here. So keep watching. This next story is called Evil Aliens. Ooh, okay, hold on. One day, I was sitting in my shack. In my shack contained a radio, my car keys, and some just delicious True-Moo. I baked this True-Moo here at my farm. I had about 4 dozen cows stacked outside the barn. Everything was normal as can possibly be. That was when a big UFO came down from up above and started taking my cow. "Hey, give it back!" I screamed. "No," the UFO said. I ran down the cornfield, through the field, to the UFO to try and catch my cow in time. I had grabbed my cow by the legs while it was floating into orbit. The UFO dumped cow manure all over me. This is a cruddy situation, I thought to myself. My cow was probably being probed up in the big outer space, floating around the satellites and other meteorological things. I ran back to my shack to grab my shotgun. This was when I realized something really bad. My True-Moo, along with my shotgun, was gone. 40 canisters of homemade True-Moo were taken by some thief of the sorts. It was pitch black dark out now, and I could only hear what sounded to be footsteps outside of the door. It was the homeless man I had given the $5 bill last week. Apparently, I had left a smidge of my gum on his dollar bill. "You'll pay for this!" he screamed. "Oh, I don't think so," I belched back. I pulled out my katana and started slicing towards him. As he shot his bullets towards me, I sliced the bullets in half with a surgeon's precision. His shots were wonky, likely due to the goop I put in the true boot. "Hiya!" I shouted. He was intimidated by my battle cry and fell to the grass, dropping my shotgun and my true boot. I yanked him by the tip of his hairy white beard and sliced it off, making sure to get some of his pubes in the crosshair. "Why'd you do it?" I quoted towards him. "You gave me that darn dollar bill with the darn filthy gum on the fold of it." "Sorry," I said, reaching out my hand towards him to lift him back up. "Apology accepted," he said. "We've got some aliens that seriously mess up now," I said. After lifting him up, feeling the grease and goop and true moo all over his claws, I handed him his pubes back. Using my precision, I shot at the UFO, which was now just a dot in the sky. Boom! That's a hit! It must have busted the engine or something as it came dripping down the air, falling right near the Al's toy barn nearby. Me and Rocco, the homeless man, jumped in my Bronco and bolted towards Al's barn. I unsheathed my katana as I approached the aircraft. "You're on thin ice, aliens," I said. It caught me off guard, but two bulky giant alien dudes suddenly emerged from the ship. I could see my cows in their craft, mooing to get out of there. They bolted towards us with their alien technologies, tasers, beams, lasers, and all sorts of gadgets created for our destruction. I wielded my katana towards them in my battle stance. "Yeah!" I yelled, dashing towards them. In one foul slice, I cut open one of the alien's stomachs. With a zap and a zop, he fell to the floor. "Sliced to meet ya," I said. Bolts of electricity came out of the alien's stomachs. "This is really weird. Why is this happening?" I turned behind me to see Rocco's reactions to this. To my surprise, he had his shotgun pointed directly at me. Directly at my face. He flicked a button on his remote control, turning off the other aliens. This whole thing was a ploy. The whole time he had been in control of the aliens and lured me right into them. With my sacred katana in hand, I said, "You traitor!" "Sometimes that's just how life is," he said. He pulled the trigger. Everything flashed to black, and suddenly I was back in my bed in my crusty old shack. I got up and looked outside to see my cows, perfectly fine, and my true moo and my goop and my shotgun were still safe in the shack. It was all a dream. The end. Or is it? So yeah, that was Evil Aliens. Probably my personal favorite of tonight's stories, tonight's picks. The big plot twist at the end of Rocco, the homeless guy, being the true villain of the story, not the aliens. I thought that was really well done. And a lot of funny quotes in there, a lot of funny, it's witty, very well made. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Wagner Zagnan here with a new product. Do you suffer from a lack of paste in your life? Well, look no further. For Wagner Zagnan's Tip Top Paste has got you covered. You can use this paste anywhere, even on your grandma. Wagner Zagnan's Tip Top Paste contains such compounds as chlorothiamide and tetracyanurethylene. You can even use it on your pets. Please use my product responsibly. And remember, my Tip Top Paste comes in tip-top shape. Bye now!
For the last segment of today's episode, we are going to be reading a short poem. A scary one, a disturbing one. That. This one's called Passing Time, and it is by Maya Angelou. Your skin like dawn, mine like musk. One paints the beginning of a certain end, the other the end of a sure beginning. So yeah, that is going to conclude
Your skin like dawn.
Sorry.
Mine like...
That is going to conclude today's Halloween special. I hope you liked the stories and the poems we read today, and just got a good scare out of it. Got some enjoyment out of it. It was really fun reading these stories. Credit to the authors of the story, Dingle Mingle and Fringus Majingus. Shout out to them.